Moiforsis Academy Lanet. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
God is good.
All the time.
And all the time. Yes, we are a living testimony. Yes. So this afternoon, we are privileged to have a Defco team. And we are actually more privileged because we have the presence of the MD with us to take us through some capacity building in as far as careers are concerned. We are very lucky that last year they came, and this year when we asked them whether they can come and be together with us, they did not object. They actually readily accepted that. It is a privilege, sir, to be with us. And before you, we have 464 girls who we are preparing, who we are molding, who we are nurturing to become great members of this world. Before you, we have lawyers. Before you, we have engineers. We have doctors. We have all sorts of careers amongst these girls. And because we are preparing the future is them. Where we shall live, they will step in. And therefore, we feel highly privileged to have you around. So let us give our guests 3 hearty claps. Thank you. For you girls, this is a very, very important session. And I want to emphasize, we always tell you, read, get this grade, improve your performance. And we push you and we ask you that you must get the best. We ask you to have the willpower to drive yourselves. This afternoon, we are going to have a clarification of why do we push you? Why do we ask you to get the best of the results? And therefore, I always talk about 3 powers. And not 3, but 2 powers. We have the willpower. That is the willpower for you to read, the willpower for you to do or to put all the effort. This afternoon, we are answering the question on the why power. So we talk about what? Willpower and let us say after me, willpower and why power. Willpower and why power. So we need to be very keen. We need to listen carefully. We need to take all the notes so that we understand when we are telling you to make choice of your career, you will not be confused and you will not get lost. And most importantly, you'll be able to work very hard towards that career. Like we have said, it is not our day. It is the day for our guests to give us that information. And I want to invite one of the girls, the one who leads us in the clubs, ile cock the gun hiyo, tupate huyo. Somebody come very fast.
Are you ready? Are you ready? So let us prepare our hands. Let us prepare our hands. Cock the gun. Cock the gun. Cock. Cock the gun. Cock the gun. Shoot. 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 Thank you.
Over to Defco team. They will introduce themselves, led by Madam Priscilla.
Afternoon, girls. Afternoon, beautiful girls. In front of you is Defco family, and
they have come because of the love they have for you. They love you so much until they felt that they have to come. The members that are here are Beth. Beth is a former student here. I wish she had the microphone. She could have said hi to you. Next, we have Lucia. We have Wafula. We have Casito. We have Beatrice Wamboi. We have Rose. We have another Beatrice. Where are the rest of us? We are so many. Others are doing other jobs elsewhere. We also have Mahatma, who is... yes. So when he is taking the photo, you pose vizuri. We are going to keep record. Itaingia hata kwa KTN today. It's a very big day. I believe by the time we leave here, everybody will have appreciated why we have come. And with us, we also have the facilitators. We have Mr. Robert. He really has passion for students, and especially girls for Moi Forces Academy, because when he heard that we are coming, he also asked the same question, when? And here we are, and the way I can see, you are very prepared for us, aren't you? Yes. What are you expecting? You are very expectant. What are you expecting? For example, all the questions that you have concerning your careers, don't allow him to leave this place without answer. Yes, he should answer all that. His time is coming. He will introduce himself at that time. But meanwhile, let's our MD say hi to the girls.
Thank you very much, Priscilla. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I must say afternoon. Is it already afternoon?
Yes.
Well, thank you very much, Jadeda, the chief principal. Robert, the man with passion for humanity. Usually when you want to build and mentor this kind of a group, that means you have a passion for humanity, not humanity of now, but humanity of every time. God is good, and all the time.
I'm a living testimony, yes.
Wow, I love that. Only this part is speaking, however. God is good?
All the time.
And all the time?
I'm a living testimony, yes.
Thank you very much. From this, thank you very much for receiving us and for having these very beautiful faces and very anxious and anticipatory faces, for that matter. Indeed, Chief Principal, you said you're looking for why. And it is important for all of us to have a purpose and a reason why we do what we are doing. When I look at when I talked to the principal, the chief principal last time, and I see the passion to make the best out of you, then that means even in her own soul, mind, and her energy, this is her passion. This is what she lives for. This is what she sleeps for. This is what, because every time you perform, and I can tell you this, after you do your exams, because you will, at a time that you will receive a phone call from the chief of Kenya Defense Forces, and she will be asked, how did the girls perform? That is her job. And let me tell you, no principal anywhere would be proud to say hatukufanya vizuri. So that is why she has done all this, in order that we are passionate about whatever we are doing, and we understand why we are in this kind of arrangement. And when I was passing through this very clean environment, and I said, well, I'm now to start going to school, but it's very beautiful indeed to be part of a success. Whenever, and I heard Mr. Waigaju, you see Mr. Waigaju, who said, career, there's a difference between career and a job. And again, every time I say, I learn a different thing. Today, I learned from Mr. Robert that if you have a career, you are happy. Your career makes you happy, and so money follows you. And you can imagine when money follows you, it does not stop following you. But when you have a job, you're looking for money. And when you're looking for money, you never stop looking for money. Do you get that difference? If you are doing that which you love, the money comes to you. That which you love, the money comes to you. I don't know whether I have time, Chief Principal, to give a small story that I shared with Robert. And this is why I love this program, because indeed you can start from a point where later on you realize, I think I missed a step. And then you go back and do it. And I want to give a personal example in 3 minutes. My own son aliingia, joined a university for 3 years. Then he came to me and said, Dad, I don't want to do the course I'm doing. And he was doing a Bachelor of Commerce degree in marketing. And I said, why? And this is 3 years. And he told me, I want to do culinary arts. Culinary arts, who knows what culinary arts is? Don't worry, I also did not know what it is. Culinary arts ni kazi ya kupika, ya upishi. That's what culinary arts is all about. You understand what I'm saying? So I did not stop him. And so he went back to start doing culinary arts. He finished with a distinction. He went to another country, did another one, and passed very well. Now he's doing the same course in Canada, doing hotel management. So, what I'm saying is, if you are passionate about your career, because that is a career, you cannot be passionate about your job. It then becomes the career that you are pursuing. So today, I'm very grateful that I'm part of this, and I want to encourage you to not always look at the straight line and the straight road. When it is a little bit bumpy, persistent until something happens. That is called you keep pushing. They say pray until something, and I also add and say persist until something happens. Follow the right road, not necessarily the straight road. The straight road might take you too fast, but then again, you might also fall as fast as you rushed, isn't it? So in a career that you plan it well, and do not allow to be swayed by your peers who start making money early and they don't make them enough because they pursued a job, not a career. So thank you very much. I want to encourage you to give Robert Kahiga your ears and also your hearts. Because when you listen, you do not get anything, then you do not listen to with your heart. Thank you very, very much, guys, and I wish you the best.
Is that really enough? Is that good enough? At least that one is better, but the cooking one would have been best. But since there's no time, let's just go straight to the career guidance lecturer, who is very passionate, who loves talking to people like you, and you will hear it from him. Robert, welcome.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, girls. God is good all the time. As you've been told, my name is Robert. I work in KU. I'm a career advisor. And today I'm very humbled. Today being a Sunday, when you're talking to high schoolers, I feel so humble. So, but more so now that this is my second time to come here. I came here, I think last year, and I talked to the current Form 4s. So today I'm very humbled to talk with the Form 3s of this year. The thing you need to understand is that career is a journey. It's not a destination, isn't it? It is not a destination. It's a journey. A journey that you started a long time ago. But for the sake of this conversation, our journey begins in Form 1. All right? The moment you landed in this beautiful school, and I love the way the MD said, if there's a school that is beautiful, your place is beautiful. And then also, I remember the other time I commented about your uniform. You have a unique uniform. Don't you think so? Oh, yeah. By the way, let me tell you, maybe you have never been told, but the way you are dressed, you look expensive. You look expensive. Oh, yeah. So you can imagine all that combination of being, expensive, being beautiful, and you have brains. That is a wonderful combination, isn't it? Yeah. So I'm here to take you through the career journey, And then I'm also going to introduce you to various aspects of career subjects. Because I know after that, all of you will be confused. I want to do law. What do I need, isn't it? So without further ado, let me start, All right? So Form 1, what was some of the things that you're supposed to do? The first thing you're supposed to do when you came to this school, my forces like this, was goal setting. Goal setting. You landed in this school and said, my goal is to become an engineer. My goal is to become a teacher. My goal is to become a doctor. You don't make it in Form 3. You make it in Form 1. And why so? It is that goal that is going to motivate you to work hard. Then number 2 is attitude. Attitude towards the subjects, attitude towards the teachers, attitude towards the school, isn't it? Let me start with the last one, school. When you came here as a Form 1, were you happy that you came here? Well, there are some who are not happy. They came here. And maybe when you are being forced by your parents had to teach to you. You just go to there one term. And then next term, we are going to transfer you. So this kind of a girl comes here with an attitude. Now, what kind of school is this? They go to the mess, boring food. The school I'm going, better. They go to the dorm, the kind of places they're sleeping, boring. What do you expect of her performance? Goes down. True? Higher. Then, it could be another attitude towards the teachers and the subject. When you came here as a Form 1, even before the teacher came, you had been warned of a particular teacher. You see that teacher there? No, he doesn't laugh. He's the mathematics. Okay, let me use the mathematics teacher. Now, wacha nikwambie, he's tough. That time he has not even come to your class. By the time he comes to class, you have an attitude. Sindio? Others, attitude towards the subject. So you remember in class 8, Class 8, you are doing 6 subjects, right? Then here you are introduced to 11, isn't it? 11. And then you are told here, there's a subject called chemistry. Chemistry is a stone. Then you said, chemistry. And then you are told that is a teacher of chemistry. By the time the chemistry teacher is coming, you already have an attitude towards the subject and also isn't it? But the worst thing that ever happened in Form 1, right, is this. Do you know, most of us purpose that you are going to fail in Form 1? And do you know how? It happens like this, and maybe you are not even conscious. You came here, you were introduced to 11 subjects. Am I right? You are a Form 1. Then after 2 weeks, you met with a Form 2. Then as you are hitting stories, the Form 2 told you, you know what? We are doing 8. Huh? You didn't believe the Form 2. You went to a Form 3 or Form 4. Form 4s, tell me, how many subjects are you doing? 8. And then you ask yourself, why am I being forced to do 11? Why? The teachers thought that I would not be bright enough to know that we'll choose 8 subjects in Form 2. I'm wiser. Do you know some of us in Form 1, first term, we had already dropped 3. The kind of a friend you chose in Form 1, right, has an influence of what you are doing today. If you got a friend who is going to inspire you, if you got a friend who's always encouraging you, if you got a friend who's always, motivating you and telling you, even if we have been getting a D in mathematics, we can still try. That's a good friend, isn't it? But do you know some of us, our friends, they discourage us. They tell you, unajua siku hizi, hata ukisoma sana, with that A of years, there are no jobs. There are so many. So why don't we do this? Starting from Form 1, tuanze kuchanga. Every time 500. Tukimaliza Form 4, si tutakuwa na kitu kama 10,000. Tuanze saloon. Tukianza saloon, alafu every day we shall be getting not less than 2,000. So in a month, 60,000. And then in a year, 60,000 times 12, how many? 702, And then we start branches in Nairobi, Eldoret. So you'll find such a student is in school, but is not interested in learning at all, isn't it? Because they've decided, apana from Form 1, hata ukifanya kazi, hata ukipata na hiyo A yako, hakuna kazi, si ndio? You get those kind of friends. Ooh. Going back to this subject, what aspects do I want to explain? Number 1, you can see group number 1, English, Kiswahili, and mathematics. And can I tell you one thing? Let me start with the languages, which some of you have already dropped from your timetable. Kindly bring them back. English and Kiswahili. Number 2, there's always this misconception of believing, like I know all of you know, say for example, you want to do engineering, which is law. What is the compulsory subject in law? Hey, you see the way I was shocked. You almost shocked me by saying it is history, isn't it? It is English or Kiswahili, and you must have a B. Isn't it? English or Kiswahili, and you must have a what? Now, the problem comes in. Some of you, because you have been told, so they want English or Kiswahili. Then, kumbe, I don't have to concentrate on one. So some of you concentrate on one, but the other one you drop. So you are very good in English, very poor in Kiswahili. Or you do very well in Kiswahili, but you do very poorly in English, isn't it? That is a blunder. It's a blunder because when it comes now to calculating your mean grade, like the way you can say an A of 84 or an A minus of 77, all the two languages are counted, isn't it? And how do they count? Of course, the A of 84, all right, how you get it, it's among 7 subjects, isn't it? 7, Higher. The 3 compulsory ones, English, Kiswahili, mathematics, right? Then they take 2 sciences, that adds up to 5, isn't it? Then they take 1 humanity, that is 6. And then among the ones which are left, they choose 1. Are you getting? So by you saying, I'm only going to concentrate on English only, do you see it's going to affect your grades, the mean grade? And you will not do that low because your grades go down. So languages are key. Are we together? So don't say I'm only going to do Kiswahili only, or also English is compulsory. And then we have mathematics, isn't it? Mathematics. And I remember the other time when I came here, the girls told me, you know what? Mathematics to us is like a booster. I don't know whether your group is like that. Mathematics is something obvious. That one we are going to pass. True? The other one is job opportunities. In job opportunities, as you choose your career, ask yourself 2 things. How employable is this career? How employable? Don't write to me like, I want to be a rocket scientist. I want to be the first Kenyan to go to the moon. Do you know you might die waiting? You might die waiting, isn't it? You chose a career because of the name. So that when you're asked by people, what are you doing? Hey, I'm doing rocket science. Isn't it? But when it comes to job marketability, there are no jobs, isn't it? Then number 2, ask yourself, what if I don't want to be employed? What if I want to be my own boss? Isn't it? In that choice that I'm making, is it going to give me the skills that will enable me to be self-employed? Sasawa. Now, those are the 4 cardinal factors you're supposed to use, isn't it? Number 1 is what? Number 2? Number 3? Number 4? Fine. So those are the things that you will be able to consider, isn't it? But now all said and done, these are not the only factors which will come into play. But this one, you should make them to be your cardinal factors. So let's look at the other factors which can affect you or affect the way you choose your careers. Number 1 is availability of information. Availability of what? Information. The more information you have, the better for you to make a decision. If, for example, you only know of 5 courses, medicine, engineering, maybe architecture, law, and then education, that's all. So when you're told to choose a career, you choose based on the 5. But if you know 100 of them, then the better, isn't it? Number 2, what is the kind of information that you have? Is it the wrong information or the right information? And for that, let me use another illustration. In this school, do you take agriculture?
Yes.
How many of you take agriculture? How many? Do you also take home science?
Yes.
How many of you do home science? Thank you. Can I use the 2 subjects to demonstrate? Why? Because the 2 subjects are 2 of the most misunderstood subjects in terms of careers. All right? And do you know what? The blunders that some of us made, imagine, you are a very good student in agriculture and home science in Form 1. Very, very excellent. In Form 1. In Form 2, same. Those you could, maybe you are even getting an A in agriculture and home science. But when it came to choosing subjects, never. They are out. And do you know why? Because of the information that you got. And what was the information? You want to do agriculture? You want to be a farmer? You want to be a farmer. And then, the ones who are asking you that, they even now take it further. You know, they tell you what? Now it's in Form 2. You remember I told you, Form 2 is exaggerate. They tell you, wacha nikwambie, you choose agriculture. You know, when you go to the university, in school, you see the way you are given 5 by 5 meters. At the university, you are given a whole quarter of an acre with a djembe. You imagine yourself with a djembe at the university, you say never. If that is what I'm going to do, out. Home science, you are told, if you choose home science, when you come to the university, you either become a tailor or a waiter. And then you say, me, at the university level, I become a tailor, never, isn't it? Wrong information. And I'm here to tell you the truth. For the ones who chose home science and agriculture, let me tell you one thing. At the university level, we don't train farmers. We don't train tailors. We train managers. We train what? Managers. Are we together? And let me tell you the people who are taking agriculture. All right? If currently you go to the airport, all right, we have our whole division of exports, isn't it? We export a lot of what? Horticulture, flowers, isn't it? The people you see there, they are managers, who have done what? Agriculture. Are we together? When it comes to home science, if you go to these big hotels, right? The managers there, they have done what? Home science. Are you getting? But some of you did not choose. Or you might end up, even if you're doing agriculture, you might not choose agricultural courses at the university because you don't want to be a farmer. Yet, at the university, we don't train farmers. We train what? Managers. Now, can I see the people who are taking agriculture? You know, yeah, you see even the hands have increased. Because, you know, some of you are afraid that I'm going to know that you are a farmer. No, I'm looking at the managers. Oh, yeah. Higher. The other one, impressive titles. Some of you, the titles, that the career that you've chosen. I want to be called Engineer Susan, Lawyer Mary, Engineer Jacinta. But now if I do agriculture, Mukulima. No. Oh, Mukulima. No. So some of you are choosing a career based on the title, isn't it? The title. Yeah, you just want to get a good title. Then the other one is peer pressure. Yeah, I've talked about peer pressure. But let me tell you, like as you go to Form 4, I have seen a good number of them. When you'll be given a choice to choose courses, you'll choose your friend. You'll ask your friend, tuchague course gani na university gani? But the chances of you, both of you going to the same university, it's 1 in a million. Believe you me. Unless say you get the same grades, but all of us are not gifted differently, isn't it? Yeah. And if you are not careful, it will mess you up. I have seen a situation, by the way, in my office, a student, by the way, she was even a lady. She had been called to Moi University to do medicine, right? She refused. She wanted to do medicine in Nairobi University. They came with the parents. So the parent is saying, no, explain to my daughter, there is no difference when she learns medicine in Moi and in Nairobi, right? And I tried to explain. Little did I know that in school, because she came from a national school like yours, 3 sciences, they had made a pact among her 5 friends, right? All of them had chosen. Number 1A, medicine, Nairobi University. Number 1B, medicine, Moi. Number 1C, medicine, Egerton. The 4 of them, they happened to be called in Nairobi. She was the only one who was called to Moi. Imagine, she had said, Dad, unless you pay for me, I'm not going to any other university. I'm going to Nairobi. Then she came to my office. They came, And then I told her, I was trying to explain to her, whether in medicine in Moi or in Nairobi or in KU, it is all the same. There are no patients like you. Have you ever gone to ask your doctor, kwanza ulisomea university gani? No, isn't it? Little did I discover, kumbe it was like a pack, peer pressure, right? By her going to Moi, she was betraying the sisterhood. The brotherhood, the togetherness. No, I cannot go to any other university. I'm going to let my people down. I'll be like a betrayer. Are you getting? And this one might happen, even you. Whereby you say, okay, Daddy, unless you pay for me. But look at it on the other side. You see, when you are admitted under COOPS, the fees is paid for you. Even as a medic, you only pay around 40,000, 50,000. Pay for yourself in medicine. 1 year, 500,000. 500,000 for 6 years. How many millions are those? 3 million. Senior, just because of you refusing or because you want to have this kind of peer pressure. So I urge you, as you continue maybe in Form 4, when you're choosing those choices, please, peer pressure, you avoid it as much. And then we have parental influence. Oh yeah, these are also very big impact, isn't it? Maybe you come from a family where you are all doctors and you're the last born. You're always told, don't break the chain. All of you doctors. In other families, there is an equation. Your parents wanted an engineer. They wanted a lawyer. They wanted a doctor. Firstborn, doctor. Secondborn, lawyer. Who is missing? Engineer is you. Oh yeah, they are waiting. True? Oh yeah. So sometimes parents can influence, And let me tell you, do you know even your own results, sometimes it can bring unhappiness in your family, right? I have seen parents fighting for your career. The moment you get an A, your mother might say, finally we have a doctor. Your dad says, finally we have an engineer. They start like that. Doctor, engineer, doctor. Until one of them who is strong, is the one who will hold you. Come, register here. By the time they go home, the quarrels of which are there because of your performance, isn't it? Yeah. So for you to avoid that, what I always urge, do this. Start interacting with your parents early enough. Right now, tell them, Daddy, me, I want to be a banker. You know what your dad will tell you? Kwanza soma na upite hata your banking. But first of all, uso. Haya, second term, unamwambia tena. Daddy, me, I want to be a bank. So the moment you get an A, when he was about to say engineer, and then he remembers, my daughter said he wanted to be a banker. Are you getting? That is the only way. Okay? Haya, the other one is perceived material and monetary rewards. This is where we choose a course based on the money. Money. Oh yeah. Money. And you know, me, I love the way students reason. Imagine, like most of you, have you ever wondered, like for example, when you're a small class 8, the results are out. Have you ever seen them, when they are being interviewed? What do you want to be? No, not a doctor. I want to be a neurosurgeon. I want to be a cardiologist. Sindio? But have you ever asked yourself why they are saying that, isn't it? Probably there are high chances that they are choosing being a doctor because doctors are rich, isn't it? You make money, isn't it? But don't go for money. Sawa, go for passion. Higher. The other one is mentorship and social media, isn't it? You choose a course based on who is your mentor. Maybe it's because you have an uncle who is an engineer. You want to be like him, or you have an aunt who is a doctor. Then that means that you want to be what? A doctor, isn't it? Because others, it's because of social media, what you have been reading. Like some of you, maybe you've been reading of situations whereby there are so many children who are dying because of cancer, isn't it? Or you've lost one of your family members of cancer. And you know why they died? Is because you are fundraising. By the time you are fundraising, they died, isn't it? Then you ask yourself, why can't I become a doctor? Isn't it? So that now people no longer die because of cancer, isn't it? That is what you are calling the media. Higher. Now the other area which maybe I want to touch on, right now I've told you to write your dream career, isn't it? Now we need to know some of the core subjects, all right, that you need to do what? To pay attention to. But let me still repeat, all the 8 subjects are equally important, all right? So even when I say that law, you require English or Kiswahili B+, don't assume that the others are not relevant. They are and I think I've shown you how, isn't it? Now, let's go. I know, do you have lawyers in the house? We are going to start with law. So, for the ones who want to become lawyers, what subjects are you supposed to have? English or Kiswahili? And you must have a B plain. Subject number 2 is mathematics or any group 2. When you see mathematics A and B, those are not grades, they are categories. In a normal school like yours, we normally have mathematics A. For maybe the special schools, they have mathematics B. All right? So whenever you see, don't say it's a mathematics A, grades. So for you to become a lawyer, either mathematics or any group 2. And then, of course, subject number 3 is any group 3, which is a what? A humanity. You remember? And then the 4th one, among the others which are left.
Hello, girls. Hello. You have been patient. We are happy. We are impressed. And we started by saying that you are expectant. Has your expectation been met?
Yes.
Do you want him to come again?
Yes.
Yes. When? Now, as for me, what I would say is that you have what it takes to be what you have all the resources. You can see how your Madam Chief Principal loves you. She's the one who said that we need to come back. What can you offer him? Oh, what can you offer her? Pardon? What?
Good grades and obedience.
You have said it. And you stick to that. At the end of the day, she will go celebrating. Whatever you get, whatever grades you get, they sort of belong to us. We will really celebrate you. You have good teachers. You have everything. You have the time, as you have been told, you use your time well. Isn't it? And at the end of the day, you will celebrate. When you go to? When you go to?
My daughters. How are you? My daughters. Yes, ma'am. How are you? Thank you. Now we are just coming to the conclusion of the first session. We have a program that is divided into 2 sessions, and we always prioritize. So the first session is what you have been taken through and what will take you very far. Are we together? So please digest that and you store it safely, that you are going to use it piece by piece as you prepare yourself to be that doctor that you want to be that engineer that you want to be. And I can tell you for free, we are waiting for very many doctors from here. We are waiting for very many engineers from here. We are waiting for all those great professions from here. What we do not want is for you to enroll in a course that you cannot remember the title. Are we together? So you must prove yourself and you must be up there and you have what it takes, starting with what God has given you, that intelligence that is of very high level. Sawa sawa. Secondly, allow me to identify with KU. I'm a product of KU. Anything and everything that I have learned after high school, I have got it from KU. And we also want to say, as Moi Forces Academy Lanet, when we grow up, our library will look like the KU library. And then when we grow, our classes will be lecture theaters like those ones in.
I am Nana Buteni, and I am very grateful for this experience. First of all, because I think I was having difficulties picking a career that I wanted to do. I was picking it based on what I've heard from people, but now having an in-depth with Defco, I believe that I can achieve what I want to do and the career that I am aspiring to take my course in. And I am very grateful to the Defco family. It has really much appreciation from my end. And I believe that with all this career guidance that I've had today, I'll be able to pick a course for my university. Thank you very much.
My name is Pamsi Betty Maiva. I'm grateful for the experience I've had today. At least now I'm in a better position to choose a career, not previously before where I chose a career due to its big name. Now, at least I can develop the skills to get the career and get the grades that are supposed to be acquired, and at least now I can secure my future.
This whole experience was wonderful because most of us got a chance to understand what our career takes and what subjects we need to choose our careers. And out of all, most of us at the moment know what we really need to do to attain our courses And we also know that passion really matters in choosing our careers. So we wouldn't like go to choose a career because of money, which most of us wanted to do. And I want to thank the Defco family for organizing this whole event because it has been educative, and we really appreciate their efforts to make us comfortable during the whole experience. Yeah.
Thank you.
Welcome.